大家好，歡迎收睇26分鐘見證實錄。我哋嘅節目早前製作探討卑詩省本地社區組織通過自己嘅力量，以體育作為渠道，為原住民兒童以及青少年創造發展機會嘅報導《我們的綠茵場》，榮獲今年第45屆加拿大族裔媒體協會頒發嘅電視類最佳新聞報導大獎。其實加國有好多嘅原住民，佢哋嘅成就從政商界橫跨至醫學、藝術以及體育項目，唔同界別都有佢哋對於本國嘅付出同埋貢獻。但係社會之中，原住民所面對嘅挑戰就依然存在，咁樣一定程度上阻礙咗佢哋嘅發展。現時就有社區組織為原住民兒童同埋青少年創造以積極快樂為主題聚集喺一齊嘅機會，通過體育作為渠道，幫助佢哋多方面發展，喺歡樂嘅氣氛之中提升佢哋對運動嘅熱情以及自信。而家不如就等我哋再次重溫一下呢一個得獎報導啊！Hope and Health 組織10多年嚟一直致力於為原住民兒童及青少年提供接觸體育運動嘅機會，希望減低佢哋喺體育方面受到嘅限制以及邊緣化，並且改善原住民社區基礎設施。
So we wanted somewhere that the kids felt safe and play the game of soccer.
多年嚟，唔少參與過該組織活動嘅原住民孩童因此受益。長大之後嘅佢哋，其中有一啲更加成為咗組織義工，為自己社區發展盡一份力。
I'm glad that we're also helping people like myself and kids, youth like myself, Indigenous youth, because it's needed. And going forward, my people, since I'm First Nations, we need to go forward and we need to break the barrier and the stigma and intergenerational trauma. We need to move forward.
該組織仲積極培養喺足球方面有潛力嘅原住民青年及教練，同高水平嘅球隊合作，等更多人睇到佢哋嘅能力。
And it's just a great environment as well with the UBC guys. They're very welcoming, and from the start, it's been a good experience. And obviously, from the start, we've been able to have that connection and really help. I feel help our development as Indigenous players and to be comfortable in this environment. I feel as well.
Mike's been a good mentor. He's been coaching the UBC team for I think 27 years. Some of the assistant coaches he has working with him already, very good coaches, and I've been able to sort of tap their minds to get more information to help build my own coaching education.
原住民社區組織擴末呢林2010年提出希望以積極同鼓勵嘅方式將原住民小朋友聚集喺一齊，因為擴末呢林家庭同兒童服務機構行政總裁 William Yoakim 當時注意到，唔係過去原住民社區經常因為一啲負面事件以及不公正待遇為原因先至聚埋一齊。佢覺得呢一種痛苦同絕望之中連結嘅模式需要改變，並且發起 Hope and Health 希望與健康倡議計劃。與此同時，有住近30年職業體育生涯嘅 Ed Georgica 同佢嘅妻子過去20多年一直從事兒童保護社工及兒童同青少年心理治療師工作嘅 Dina Gill， 連同 William Yoakim 共同成立名為 Hope and Health 希望與健康嘅組織。
This is Hope and Health.
About 12 years ago today, and we just started, we wanted to do something in the Indigenous communities that we could bring everybody together, from foster kids to kids in care, where because in the government realm you can't bring them all together because it's usually on tragedy they get together. So we wanted somewhere that the kids felt safe and play the game of soccer.
該組織從2011年夏季開始喺Nanaimo地區展開首次嘅試點活動，之後拓展至大灣以及內陸地區，同社區夥伴合作，以訓練營嘅形式同體育活動，將原住民兒童同青少年以歡樂嘅氣氛聚集喺一齊。
We could start at the grassroots perspective, like what you do with Hope and Health, is we bring everybody together. It's not so much about soccer, it's about being together as one and training, seeing your brothers, your sisters, your friends, and making new friends. That's how we started it.
就讀11年級嘅原住民青少年 Richard Palmer Thomas， 從2015年起第一次參與 Hope and Health 訓練營。從最初嗰個參與培訓嘅小朋友，到今時今日成為咗該組織青少年代表兼義工。對於該組織有好深嘅感情， 咁至今佢仍然記得孩童時期參與活動時嘅經歷。
On the camp, the day of the camp, I had a lot of fun. I got to play a lot of soccer with my friends who I grew up with and love, and we just got to have a fun day. But I learned that soccer can be more than just playing on a pitch. It can be a lifestyle.
Richard 曾經參與嘅其中一個名為 H3 Hope and Health at Home 家裏嘅希望與健康嘅活動，以培養足球、發掘以及發展原住民小朋友及青少年嘅興趣及潛力。
Hope and Health at Home is in the communities, so we go all over BC into Indigenous communities with our NOTSMA players, our UBC players, and go in and teach them the beautiful game of soccer. So we'll go in with coaching and put on programs of different aspects of what we want them to do. At the same time, just learning, life skills and interacting with our coaches and that makes them feel important.
參與 H3 嘅經歷令到 Richard 成長好多。
You learn that it's not just playing on the pitch and playing as a team, but it's also being a part of a community and growing as an individual, but also as a community with your friends, your loved ones, your family, because they help you and they shape you and they help you develop skills on and off the pitch.
現時佢依然同 Hope and Health 保持住緊密嘅關係。
It's an everyday thing for me. I'm always wearing the clothes that they provide me because we get a new jersey every camp. So and I'm always, whenever they ask me to do something, I'm always yes, yes, yes. Because to me, it's not just a job. It's a career and it's something that I'm passionate about.
Richard 亦都一直強調呢幾年參與活動改變咗佢嘅生活。
Hope and Health helps with social issues and development in a lifestyle because me as an individual, before I was Hope and Health, I wasn't the best shape. I wasn't shaped the best, and I didn't have the best mindset, and I wasn't treating everyone the way I should, and I wasn't treating soccer the way I should, and the relationships that I had with people. But going into Hope and Health at such a young age, it allowed me to change my lifestyle and form new habits that I thought I would have never formed and create a new persona and a new identity that I'm thankful for and that I still to this day continue to develop because it's important and it's important to deal with these issues.
現時嘅 Richard 亦都有自己想要實現嘅目標，並且為此不斷努力。
One of my dreams, though, is that my grandfather, he loved to run, and he had, in 2013 or 2014, he had a stroke, and he had to be put in a home, and he up until the day he had that stroke, he ran every day, and that inspired me to push forward and to start running, and that's a part of my everyday life now, and I would love to eventually start running half marathons, and I would love to eventually be the 1%, or not even 1%, be less than 1% in the world and run a marathon, because I feel like that's a long-term goal that I would like to fulfill, and that goal of mine helps me push every day and keeps me going and keeps me wanting to drive forward and wanting that dream that I've had since very young.
George 就表示喺訓練營之中，發現一啲孩童由最初嘅細膽到後來自信咁走到場上，享受足球帶嚟嘅樂趣。佢話咁樣係佢最想見到㗎。
Just by socializing and doing things as a group and getting mentorship to the individual, it increases the mental health of the youth and what they're going through at home or outside of what we're doing on the soccer field. So we're trying to get them to believe in themselves first and love themselves first, and then they can love others.
現時已經成為青少年嘅 Richard 已經唔再係嗰個被教練帶住嘅小朋友啦，佢自己成為咗 Hope and Health 嘅義工，身兼青少年教練。
When I started, I was the player who looked up to the coach, and now I'm the coach, and players are looking up to me. So to be in both positions, it helps you see two identities, and it sees where you were and where you want to be. So it helps. So being a part of this community helps me grow and continue to grow, and to also help others who need to grow and who want to grow and who want to be a part of it.
Hope and Health 唔單止關心住原住民孩童嘅身心發展，另一項名為 Mini Peach 嘅項目，對於原住民社區亦都作出積極嘅貢獻，將希望同健康帶到原住民社區。
One thing that we decided that we saw is that in communities, a lot of the times they don't have nice pitches. Where I'm from, we have the privilege to have a nice soccer pitch. But as I travel to other communities, we don't see that as much often, and there's communities that are less fortunate. So what we decided to do is we decided to bring Hope and Health to them. So we built our first mini pitch in Penelakut.
Hope and Health 組織承諾喺接落嚟嘅3年內，為原住民社區再建造12個迷你足球場，唔俾孩童青少年喺自己嘅社區內就能夠聚集喺一齊玩耍。而球場設計源自橙色襯衫嘅含義，亦都紀念寄宿學校舊址發現嘅原住民孩童遺骸，推動真相與和解。
Our goal is to give them the opportunity to be able to grow and move up within the mainstream of sport. Not just soccer, but it's our ways, but other sports, to make sure that they're valued the same way and understanding, reconciliation and what's gone on in the past in Canada.
I'm glad that we're also helping people like myself and kids, youth like myself, Indigenous youth, because it's needed. And going forward, my people, since I'm First Nations, we need to go forward and we need to break the barrier and the stigma and intergenerational trauma. We need to move forward.
下一節翻嚟，我哋會繼續了解下 Hope and Health 社區組織對於有潛力並且渴望喺體育方面有所發展嘅年輕一代原住民提供咗啲乜嘢機遇。歡迎返嚟節目時間。Hope and Health 社區組織喺同加西地區卑斯大學女子足球隊多年嘅合作之後，通過選拔，又喺近年將有發展潛力嘅年輕原住民同卑斯大學男子足球隊建立長期嘅伙伴關係。咪今年組成足球會，以 One Heart One Mind 同心同德為原則，融合和解為目標，參與今年嘅 League One BC 卑斯甲級聯賽，為有原住民背景嘅球員喺邁向更高級別嘅體育發展平台提供機遇。原住民喺體育方面嘅發展，好多時候存在住阻力，未必被人發掘到佢哋嘅潛力。Hope and Health 組織喺去年夏季就舉行集訓，選拔喺足球方面有潛力嘅原住民青年。
We started at BC Place and did a trial at BC Place and invited anybody Indigenous within Canada who would like to come out and try out.
今年年初 ，Hope and Health 安排被選拔出嘅幾位有潛力球員，俾佢哋加入卑斯大學足球隊，獲得更高水準嘅訓練，並且共同組成足球會 NATMA。
So on the men's side, we have 7, and on the girls' side, on a development side, approximately about 6. Some more on the development side, coming up with other teams and working with us at training and doing that. And then we have 2 or 3 that are in the main team.Felix
Grant 就係其中一位被選拔出嘅原住民球員，佢從3歲開始就開始踢波，現時同卑斯大學嘅球員一齊參與訓練。回憶起去年嘅選拔，佢依然係記憶猶新。
I mean, there's a lot of great guys and very competitive. It's very little to really mess up on, and just trying to show your best whenever you can.
加入卑斯大學男子隊對於 Felix 嚟講係極好嘅機會，各方面都獲得提升。
From the beginning, just coming into the program, I've seen great improvement in myself, both physically and technically, just through learning through all the practices and just going week by week.
咁樣亦都俾到 Felix 展示自己嘅機會。
In the sports world, I guess it seems like we're very closed off.For whatever reason, I mean, there's so much talent, I feel, not just, from the very few Indigenous players we have on this team, but there's just a wide variety of players from all around other Indigenous communities who I feel could benefit from this as well, and I know who can also play at this level. And just for whatever reason, it seems like we're not really given that chance to show ourselves. Maybe just from lack of opportunities or not getting exposed, but yeah, something like this is really making an impact on that and making it better for the future. Yeah.
年初由卑斯大學同原住民青年共同組成嘅足球會 NETMA 共同出征卑斯甲組聯賽。咁而 NETMA 呢一個足球會名字，其實背後亦都有住深遠嘅意義。
Natsima.
One heart, one mind.
Natsima.
Natsima. One heart, one mind.
NETMA 一詞源自太平洋西北海岸 Coast Salish 原住民部族嘅語言，英文意思係 One Heart One Mind， 寓意同一個心、同一個思想，一齊行動。
And we're trying to blend that together with our Natsima team and make sure that our UBC players as well as our Natsima players understand why we're doing this from a reconciliation perspective.
喺6月份嘅聯賽中 ，NETMA 足球會嘅男子隊同女子隊同 Whitecaps 溫哥華白浪足球會嘅青年隊對決，咁獲得唔錯嘅成績。Hope and Health 組織唔單止喺培養青年原住民球員方面作出貢獻，同時仲積極咁培養原住民教練。咁現時 NETMA 嘅助理教練 Aaron Bruce 就係其中之一。平時佢同卑斯大學球隊主教練合作，咁為隊員提供訓練。過去嘅佢一直從事青少年球員嘅教練工作，而佢自己亦都通過同卑斯大學主教練嘅合作之中，學習到更專業嘅知識。
Very good players and a little bit different than coaching youth. Teaching youth is, you communicate differently and you look to work on different things. But with the adults at this high performance level, it's a lot different but very enjoyable.
身為原住民嘅佢，對於被 Hope and Health 選出並且同卑斯大學球隊合作，持樂觀嘅態度。
I mean, it's a really interesting partnership. Sort of bringing an Indigenous organization that works with health and wellness of youth with a university team that plays at a very high level. A really interesting combination of trying to build a pathway for young Indigenous players to try and make their way up into the university level and above. And so I think it's a great idea. Obviously, we're at the very early stages and finding the ups and downs of trying to work through the partnership in terms of how we can bring the Indigenous players through into the team and in a way that makes them comfortable and confident.
對於佢嚟講，同卑斯大學合作組成 NETMA 足球會，並且參與卑斯甲組聯賽，其中嘅重要意義已經唔係單單只係足球本身。
Bringing them all together to get an understanding of the Indigenous experience, and so that goes beyond sport for sure. But it's in a great setting where you're in a game environment and you're working towards a goal together, which I think is the objective of reconciliation in Canada, is to bring Indigenous people, non-Indigenous Canadians together in order to work together, to work through issues, and make Canada a better place.
除此之外，對於 Aaron 本身嚟講，加入足球會成為助理教練，令到佢喺專業領域進一步發展，發揮積極嘅作用。
Mike's been a good mentor. He's been coaching the UBC team for I think 27 years. Some of the assistant coaches he has working with him already, very good coaches, and I've been able to sort of tap their minds to get more information to help build my own coaching education.
有住20多年教練經驗嘅 Mike Mosha， 現時係卑斯大學 Thunderbirds 雷鳥隊足球主教練，亦都係 NETMA 足球會嘅主教練。對於 Aaron Bruce 嘅加入，佢給予極高嘅評價，表示培養優秀嘅運動員需要長期嘅付出同努力，培養出一個優秀嘅教練，其後嘅影響以及發展係更加巨大㗎。
I think maybe where we get some of the biggest wins is with coaches or opportunities, in some of the game operations pieces as well. So and those were some of the goals also, not just the players, but coaching is a big one because we can bring in coaches and expose them to this environment and some of what goes with it. And those are easier things to take back on a more immediate basis, so we can get some of those wins a little bit sooner than necessarily with player development, because player development takes more time.
其實喺多年之前，卑斯大學女子足球隊已經同 Hope and Health 組織開始咗合作關係，球員們都積極參與該組織嘅原住民社區活動，唔喺訓練營之中身兼教練，陪伴小朋友玩耍，咁俾佢哋從細就接觸體育運動。喺去年 ，Hope and Health 喺睇到女子隊伙伴關係成功之後，咁就決定同男子隊亦都建立聯繫。對於合作 ，Mike 表示咁樣係雙贏局面。
I think we were excited that at the time there was definitely some benefits with Hope and Health coming involved, and to support the club and what's happening on the field and so forth, and then also for our men's team at UBC to get a little bit more engaged in what Hope and Health has been doing and the project overall.
對於足球會內7名原住民球員以及佢哋嘅發展 ，Mike 亦都表示會給予指導以及輔助，咁俾佢哋向更高級別邁進。
With it's not easy. It's come about very quickly, and it's year one of a project that will take some time. But for year one, we've had 7 individuals involved. And some of whom have been in varying levels of high performance environments. Some have not, and it's been exposing them to a higher level environment.
從去年 BC Place 選拔至今已經有近1年，但係成立足球會先至短短幾個月嘅時間。咁作為主教練嘅 Mike 對於原住民球員嘅發展給予期望，咁但係佢亦都承認仲係需要一段好長嘅路要走。
We're just getting started. We're just getting started, and then like I say, there's learnings from this, and then we apply the learnings to next year and future years to get this right. So that there's players that are on the pitch and they're of the level, because it's a high level. It's a high level. It's not easy. It's not easy, and like I say, it's a starting point. And don't judge us on a month or 3 months or 1 year or 2 years. Where is it going to be in 10 years? Because it is a longer term project.
好啦，今集嘅節目時間就差唔多啦。咁如果觀眾對我哋嘅節目有啲乜嘢意見嘅話，係好歡迎大家以電郵嘅方式同我哋聯絡㗎。我哋嘅電郵地址係 mag26@fairchildtv.com。如果觀眾想上網重溫翻今集嘅節目，亦都可以上到去我哋嘅網站3w.fairchildtv.com， 點擊節目重溫一欄就可以睇得翻㗎啦。下星期同樣時間再同大家見面，晚安。